Okay, got it.
Now you should have seen it pop up there. That's okay.
Yeah.
It's all good on your screen. Okay. Okay. So hi, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. It's it's lovely to meet you.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Lovely to meet you too.
Yeah, I'm quite excited for today.
Okay. Okay. Have you had readings before, Barbara?
I have.
Okay. One of the things that is different is I may not be the same as any other medium or psychic. We are all individual, have our different trainings and such like that. So that's one thing I always mention to everybody. So a reading today may not be the same as the ones in the next future too also. So just as long as you know that. Now you signed up for a blended reading. So you're looking for both psychic and also the mediumship side. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, so you've had a psychic and a mediumship reading before, I suspect.
Yes, I have.
Okay, good. Okay, let me tell you how I do it. So I read your colors. So you have an aura, and I read those colors for past, present, and the potential for the future. I always say potential because we have free will to make changes in our life as we wish. Okay, so the medium isn't necessarily responsible for changes in the future or anything like that. Okay, so
No guarantees.
So past, present, and future, and also I do read your colors. Sometimes I'll tell you what those colors are, and sometimes I just carry on, okay, and I'll just keep going, okay. And the mediumistic side, what it is similar to psychic. You have a soul, and the soul is a soul-to-soul reading, which is what the word psychic means. But in the spiritual side, in the realms, it's a soul-to-soul connection. And they give me pictures and smells and memories and such. And I try to convey them as accurately as possible. Your job is, if I'm not conveying it accurately as possible, is to say no. If you don't understand any information, say no. Okay. So I'm very clear on that with everybody. You'll always get a better reading if you're getting some information that doesn't sound quite right. Some people will say, yeah, maybe, I don't know. Just say no. Okay. And I'll tell you why. I'm going to use an example of a cookie, a fish, say a cookie. And I might say, oh, your grandmother cooked you cookies all the time. You go, yeah, well, maybe she did. Yeah. If you would have said no, I could have went back to the spirit world and realized that grandma used to work in a bakery.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Sometimes there's an interpretation. So anytime that you work with a medium, always be truthful that you say, no, I don't understand that information, because there's a bit of an interpretation that we have to do. And if you say no, I just do a telepathic discussion with them.
Okay.
That's really, really important. And so yes, no, I don't know. So yes, no, I don't know is really important. And questions, if you have any questions, you let me know. I'll answer as best I can. I always go over, just letting you know that ahead of time, because I take a few moments ahead of time to sort of talk about how I work. Okay. So I don't take that away. I always go over. Is that okay with you?
Yeah.
Feels like you want to actually do a little bit of work. It feels like as I'm starting to work now, one of the things I always know is I seem to go like this, Barbara. I don't know why I started this little habit, but I do this. Just when I'm starting to, before I get going though, you can sort of see my energy is starting to pipe up here. Is there something specific that you might be looking for? Now, I work two ways. One, the client can say, family, business, children, education, just give me one word. And I will go down and do the psychic and intuitive side on that side. Or I just jump right in. And sometimes it's answered already through the information that I give. Okay.
Okay.
So if you have something specific, because I don't want to waste your time or money or efforts. Do you understand? Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't want to take away from the just from the surprises, but I also want to make sure I get your time is important to me too.
Okay. And you want to know what that is now?
If you want. Oh no, it's up to you. It's up to you. Yes, if you want me to go down, but I only want one word. I don't want the story.
Okay. Writing.
Oh yes, I knew you're a writer. Actually, you're very analytical. So do you understand that you love do you understand that I was already connecting with you, to tell you the honest truth. Let's get going. There's a sense of analyzing, being very careful, watching how you do things. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Because your colors right here are beautiful. And I want to say these have helped you so much in your life with your jobs, with the attributes that you have really flourished recently, and I heard the word recently, but I know that they flourished. And I know that just that analytical side and analyzing, but you're now starting to think bigger. Do you understand? Because I'm getting white on the top. So you're thinking larger scale and bigger and more creative and fun. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Because you got the colors up here swirling. And I know that you've put a lot of efforts in. Do you understand that the efforts and the time have already been put through? You've already put a lot of effort in. You're very much, I don't want to say a workaholic. It's not that type of style, but it's somebody that's very devoted. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Okay. So I don't want to say workaholic as such, because that's kind of got a negative thought to it. But you're definitely thinking, do you understand that not everything is put together yet in your writings or your creativity? I want to call it your creativity. Do you understand what I mean?
Yes.
Because you're very creative and you're very much, you're pulling from so many different sources too. You would understand what I mean. Like you're pulling in from people, you're pulling in from, you're in a bit of an investigator too. I know that you're an investigator. It's just like, I want to be a sponge and I want to get all this information and analyze it and figure it out and put things together. Would you understand this?
Yes.
Okay. You've been awarded or you've been noted. Does that make sense to you?
I've been noted.
Yeah. Somebody's noted either your work or you've been, okay.
Yes.
Okay. You've been noted or you've been, okay. So I heard the word noted. So I know that you're noted. You already have a following or a knowing. Does this make sense to you? Okay. And I love it. Okay. Because I want to just wrap myself in this information. So I know that it gives you a good feeling. Would you understand?
Yes.
I know you're very much a homebody and I know that you're very much about taking care of yourself. Does that make sense? You lost me. That's okay.
I did. What happened here? You know what? I leaned on my keyboard. That's the problem. And I don't know how to get rid of this thing. There. I just want to
I just want to say that you really want the comforts at home. I know that's very important to you. Yeah. I want the safety. You want to understand that you need the safety around you. That this is very important. So I know that just feeling safe, but the comforts. I want to take a big blanket and wrap it around you because I know that you must love warmth. Does this make sense to you? It's a big fuzzy blanket is what you just got wrapped around it. Okay. So I know that these are interesting. I want to say that you're ready to take it to the next level. So your writings, your creativity, your people skills. Do you understand this? Yes. Yes. And I want to say you're going to be more known. Okay. Because I see a lot more people in front of you. Okay. But it's helping. You're also about helping and expressing. Does this make sense to you? Yes. Because you're going to be teaching. You're going to either be sharing your knowledge or teaching. Maybe not teacher as the word that we think of, but it's that sharing of information. And I know that you are teaching or sharing information with people that aren't necessarily involved with your, with your information. So I know it's about bringing people up. Does that make sense? Bringing people up in their thoughts and such. Okay. Does this make sense to you? You're not just saying okay because
it makes sense to me. Yes.
Okay. As long as you're not giving me that magic yes, I want the magic no. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, don't be scared to say no because it'll fix itself for me if it's something is incorrect. I love this about you. You have worked very hard. I go back a number of years and things were not easy. I know rubbing pennies together, keeping things on track, keeping money flowing was really important for you. You would understand. And I know that there was some difficulties. I know that you're through this, but I know you've learned a lot. You would understand. You learned so much and your soul is so proud of you because you did this virtually on your own. Would you understand that?
Yes. Yes.
There's a real coming out. There's a real strong sense of you're very much about who you are now. Does that make sense?
Yes, I am.
But going back a number of years ago wasn't always easy. Okay. Now, many of us are like that, but I know it was really like when you came out of it, it was so much easier. It feels like about 10 years ago. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay, it feels like about 10 years ago. And I know that your soul is telling me right now that it's like on a little party. Okay. Now, do you understand what I mean about always being happy and a lot
Yes,
more? There's a little bit of a party going on for you. Okay.
yes,
And
yes,
and I say that with all honesty because it's not my okay. So but I want to say that there's a lot of support for you within. You have a lot more strength.
yes, I do.
Okay. That's the party that's going on for you. Okay.
Yes,
You should do this. You're contemplating. So why are you waiting? Does that make sense?
yes, it does. Yes.
You are waiting. You have a little bit of hesitation.
Mhm.
And I don't think you should wait.
Okay.
Because I know that you have to walk this path a little bit by yourself. So I know that you're working and walking it a bit by, your steps are your decision. Okay.
Yes.
And I know that sometimes you're reluctant because I just heard that sometimes you're reluctant because you're not. Would you understand, Barbara, that you're not necessarily sure? I'm looking around here because I'm trying to figure out what I just seen and heard. It feels like you're still not sure of yourself some days. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what I heard. Okay.
Yes.
But I
Yes.
know you have the skills.
Okay. Yes.
You-
Thank you.
You must have already accumulated. You're an accumulator of information. You're an accumulator of books. You're an accumulator of, in some cases, stuff. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. And you have everything that's in front of you. You've done the work. Does that make sense?
Yes.
You must have worked with people that were underprivileged at one time. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, it does.
When I seen the group of people standing up, and I talked a little bit about teaching, mentoring, helping, it just felt that there was a little, I don't want to say underprivileged, but people that didn't have quite as much skills as you. How does that? And you were sharing the skills.
Yes.
Okay. That's what I seen. It's not necessarily a teacher, but it's mentor, like a mentor. Okay.
Okay.
You're going to do this. You don't live in Victoria, do you?
I do.
You do live in Victoria. Do you understand that you're a little bit outside of Victoria? I just say no. There, I want to know. Good job. Good job.
Okay.
I love the nose. I got a feeling that you want to be outside and you want to be in the clean air and you don't want to be around too many people. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So what I was seeing is you actually outside to get your inspiration. Okay.
Yes.
So you're outside, you're getting inspiration. You love the clean air. You love the flowers. And I know that you almost know that everything.
Oh, you're frozen. You're frozen. Can you hear me? I don't know what to do. Hello?
Has life. You would understand that in nature.
You
Does
know
that
what?
make sense to you?
You were
Because
frozen.
we locked up here.
I didn't hear that. I didn't hear what you said. Your picture's frozen and I couldn't hear you. Shoot.
Barbara, come on, Barbara, and admit. Okay. Oh, there you are.
I lost you. I hope. Oh, you're gone again. Something's going
No
on.
way. I'm talking to you. Do you hear me?
No. Well, I hear you now, but I haven't heard you for the last 5 or 6 minutes.
Wow.
It froze up and that was the end of it until I finally just left and came back.
Wow. Okay. So I just put a chat start. I just went hello. So if something happens, just type me a note.
Oh, okay, okay.
So I just put hello out there.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, let's go back into my crazy hands that like to do this. Okay. If it doesn't work let's book another time. Don't worry. I'm always as best as I can provide as much as I can. But Barbara, I know that you're getting your inspiration from outside. And I know that did you hear me about you going outside and the love of nature, and you just know nature supports you, but also you understand that everything is connected or living. Okay. So I just knew that you're very empathetic. You're very much empathetic and very much connected to a lot. Now, when I say empathetic, I know that your green comes out in you. Okay. So I know that you have a business sense to you. Do you understand a business sense? Well, I know the green is empathetic, but you also have an entrepreneurial style of a brain. Okay. And I know that you also have the energy. So green is also energy. So I know that you're working these all together because your green is quite brilliant. Okay. Now, I also know that green is your heart, right? So if you think about it, your green is your love for everybody. You would understand that. You have actually a strong heart for everybody. I know that you keep it kind of closed and you don't want to let too many people in, and that's okay. But I know that you have a big heart for everybody. Does that make sense? You don't necessarily tell everybody your stuff. Okay. You keep it close to your heart.
Yes.
And that's a good thing. But I want to go back to your entrepreneurial skills or your ideas and such, because when your ideas come, they come like almost like inspiration. And all of a sudden you have an idea and it comes in. Does that make sense?
Yes.
You're getting inspiration. I feel it's I know it's actually from the spirit. I feel that there's a potential from the spirit world, but also from your own spirit rising up. Okay. Because the just that knowing is coming in fairly quickly. I know that you're studying or would like to study this type of work. Does this make sense?
Not really. No.
Okay. Okay, good. I love it. I love it. Say no. I am so happy. I'm going to tell you what I feel and what I sense, and that might make sense. Is I feel that you have a sense that you would like to know a little bit more about the spirit world and how it works. Okay. Yes. That you're kind of interested. I don't know if you're going to do this work, and that's entirely up to you and your soul and spirit, but I just know that you have a general interest. And I'll tell you why. Because you're getting some inspiration from your spirit when you are by yourself and things are quiet. Okay. Yes. And you understand what I mean is when you're quiet, you get just that softness of a thought. Yes. Okay. It's your spirit talking to you. It's giving you the inspiration. Okay. Because you're actually very good at listening. You're very good at listening to it. Okay.
Yes.
So you don't really need me. You don't need me. You have it. So anyways, just say it.
Thank you.
Yeah. You already have it because I can see you in the kitchen. Well, I can see you in the kitchen, but I can see you in the kitchen. I can see you how you just sort of, you're very careful. You don't move too fast and you just take your time and you work in your own home. You would understand this. And that's when your inspiration really happens. Yes. That's what I'd see. Okay. You must be worried about somebody right now. Do you understand that you're worried about somebody or worried lately? You have all the stuff that's going on that's positive, but do you understand that you have a worry lately?
Yes.
Okay. Feels like it might be a male, but I could be wrong. Okay. But I just feel that you're just having a bit of worries because I can see you in your house and you're just sort of tinkering around, but you're also concerned of others.
Yes.
Okay. Not really sure what to do. Would you understand that?
Yes.
And you're hoping for the best. Do you understand that?
Yes. You're
hoping for the best because I know you're saying either a little blessing or saying something internally that, oh my goodness, I hope this works out, Okay. Mm-hmm. And I want to say that it feels like it's going to be fine. And you may be worrying because it's I feel like it's not always going to be there. It feels like it's going to come around. Is this a relative?
Yes.
Yeah, it feels like a relative, a close relative. Okay, so yes. I know it's either a son or somebody feels like is it a son? Did I have that incorrect?
No.
Okay, that's okay. See, I'm glad you said no. Male is correct though, isn't it?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I feel like it's going to come around. I know that you worry with regards to this person, and I know that it's a bit of a challenge because you can't say much.
Yes.
And you're keeping everything kind of running around in that belly of yours. So I
Yes.
know that there's a bit of a, you got that little, it feels like it's going to, there's a little bit ups and downs. So I know that there's ups and downs with this one. It feels like emotions or just feels like it's emotions that are going up and down. Okay.
Yeah.
And okay, I just feel this. This is my arm started to do this. So it means that there's ups and downs, and it's just not feeling stable enough. It doesn't feel like it's just not working out quite as well as you had hoped, but it's going to come around.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Relationships. Does this make sense? This relationships
Yeah.
and such like that. It's going to come around. So just hang on. Don't get too, you cook lots, don't you?
No,
Do you make muffins, a specific muffin?
no.
Okay, good. I'm glad you said that. Okay, next time make me some. But anyways, I felt like there was muffins or something that somebody's cooking muffins that would have something to do with this gentleman. But if it's not correct, I'm going to throw it in the garbage. Okay, let me take that back. See, just
No,
take it back.
I don't, or I'll say I don't know.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, just take it back. Okay.
Yeah.
But I feel that you're going to be fine. I want to just let you know that. Your soul
Okay.
wants you to let you know that you're not, you are a bookworm, aren't you?
Yes.
Because when you worry, you read.
Yes.
I went to your bed. You must read in bed. Does that
Yes,
make
I
sense?
do.
Because you are reading in bed, and I know that it's to sort of to comfort you and take your mind off things. Okay.
Mhm.
But boy, do you get involved in books. Okay.
Yes.
And I know that they're books of just sort of to take you away. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. I know it's not research. It's not a research book, but it's just a good read. How does that sound?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
It's a good read. It's not true life reading, is it? It's
No,
yeah.
That's wrong. It is.
Okay. It is true life.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Thank you. What I seen is I actually seen that you were able to sort of go away. You weren't stuck in the problems. You were able to go away. Okay. I think that's a bit better description. But I love that you're reading. I love that you're constantly reading. You must be also, one thing I want to add to that is you must be, I don't know if I touched on this in the beginning. You must be helping people.
Yes.
Almost like you give them information. It's like you counsel
Yes.
them. You're either a counselor or counseling or something. Does that make sense?
Well, or something.
Or something.
Yes.
Okay, let's go with
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
Okay, it's in that sort of the realms and stuff. Okay, so I know that you've done very well, but I also know that you're very aware of other people, and you're also very good at being intuitive. So
Yes.
I know you've honed those skills because you're reading people. You need to read people all the time for your work.
Yes.
Okay, so I know you've honed those skills. You're just not sure where you're going to go next.
Well, there's a difference between knowing that I do help people and liking that I'm always doing that.
Yes.
You know, it's like, I don't want to do that anymore. That's
Yeah.
the one I don't want to do anymore.
Yeah.
Because you know what? When you're helping somebody else, you're not doing for yourself.
Yes.
And that's my thing right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, there's a big change that was coming on. I don't know if I mentioned it. I want to say that the orange is showing up also. So I know that orange is also about just having the newness, the brightness, orange is showing up because, if you think about the sun is actually orange, we call it yellow, but it's actually, it's orange, and you need that new, that there's a newness coming. There's a new vibrancy and such like that. Orange is quite powerful and such. Do you understand that you are wanting to work more so by yourself? The stepping stones are taking me down the road of this beautiful orange that takes me down the road of working by myself. It's giving me that new vitamin C look. Okay. So I want to say you're going to brighten up with this one, but I know it's not easy. There's a bit of research that you're doing with this, aren't you?
I'm always doing research. I'm a researcher.
Watch this research. I know that there's still research. So I know that you're working by yourself, and I know that I see you sitting either at a desk or a working location. Okay. And I want to say you're going to do this, but the stepping stones are already in place. My stepping stones that I see are actually quite big stepping stones. It means that you're not going to have lots of problems.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Okay. So when I see little stones, it tells me there's, it's gravel and it's not easy to get across, but stepping stones are easier to cross.
Okay.
Okay. So you've already made the decision and you're going to do it. It already has, isn't
Yes.
it? Okay.
Yes.
I'm glad I didn't get a no, because that's your soul. That's what my connection is with you. Would you like to go to the spirit world now?
Yes, I would.
Because I know that's really, really important to you. Now, there's a bit of a changeover in energy, and I will not look at you. I kind of have to zone out. Do you know how you zone out? You know how you zone out, and you kind of look away,
Yes.
and you kind of like that. That's what I'm going to do. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not that I'm not being rude.
No, that's okay. I get it. I do the same thing.
I love it. Okay, let's see who's coming in. I know that you have 3 people here. Who's stepping forward first is your mom. I have a mom. Is your sister also? There's another lady here. Do you have a sister in spirit? No. I got 2 ladies here and a gentleman. Okay. But the one that's coming through strongest is your mom. Can I talk to her?
Yes, you may.
Okay. I always ask for permission because we never know in our lives. We have such complicated lives. Okay, Mom. I know that she's coming through. She's already given me a couple words, but I do know that she's really quite happy to be here. Okay. You also understand that she would want to have conversations with you. So I know she would sit and talk with you, and I know that she would express herself. You would understand.
Yes.
She was a very vocal lady. I want to call vocal, or she was a vocal lady, and she would speak to you. She wants to tell you she's sorry, and I don't know why yet. Okay. But I just know. Okay, that's okay. Okay. I just heard the words, I'm sorry. And it's very soon into the reading that I would get that. So I'm just wanting to verify that I'm getting this correct. You know that she loved you lots. You would understand, because I've got a lady that wants to show me lots of love for you. Okay. She's very intelligent. She very much stands up tall. You would understand your mom being a very strong-willed person. Would you understand that? Yes. She's very strong-willed. And I know that she was very much, would you want to say, had her way in the house? She was a matriarch.
Yes.
She's very, she had her ways. She had her, not procedures, but her ways. And I know that you had to follow these ways. You would understand that. Yes. But you understand that you grew into a very lovely adult relationship. Would you understand that?
No, I don't.
Okay. She's giving me, okay, let's pull that back. Okay.
Okay.
Pull that back. Because I definitely got that incorrect. I feel that she's trying to tell me about your adult relationship, and I felt that she was supportive. Okay, I got to say that so I can take it away. Let me see, Mom. She is very much. You understand that she had some difficulties in her life. She's making me feel that she had a lot of difficulties. And I know that you were there as much as you could to support, and you would understand that. Yes. That there was difficulties right up into her passing is what she's really wanting me to go to her passing. And I'm sorry about that. Is that okay?
Yeah, no, that's okay. Yeah, that's
okay. I want to say that there's a sickness here and she was not well. You would understand. Okay. There's a mental not wellness and also a stomach not wellness. Okay. So I feel that those were combined. Would you be able to verify that?
The mental, yes. But
okay.
I'm not aware.
Okay. I know that I'm not feeling well mentally. And I know that it was years prior that this started. So it feels like it's years prior. And it started very slowly. You would understand that.
Yes.
And difficulties with communication is what she's telling me. And it feels like it wasn't, she's sharing with me that it was difficult. She was alone. You would understand.
Yes.
And she said it was very difficult. She, I don't feel good. So she's given me the feeling that she wasn't feeling well. She just wasn't herself and she didn't feel well. And I know that she had left. She must have wanted to be close to the ocean. Could you verify that?
Yes.
Because she just gave me a beautiful picture of a blue ocean. So I know that I'm close to the ocean. I would have enjoyed that. But I also feel like I would have left or went away. Would you understand?
Yes.
Because she's very sad about that. Okay. She wants to let you know she ran away. She's she's not, she you understand that when she was still younger, she was gone. Oh, I may have, sorry, Barbara, I got that incorrect. I know that she's trying to tell me that she left. She shows me the ocean. She shows me she wanted some freedom. Okay.
Mhm.
Would that make sense?
Mhm.
I know that she turned off some of the relationships. Would you understand turning
Yes.
off or cutting relationships? She just talks about cutting these relationships, that she needed to do it for her own well-being in her mind. Okay. She just
Okay.
gave me that. So she needed to do that. She says now it wasn't the smartest thing because it hurt the family. You would understand.
Yeah.
And she says, I'm very sorry for that. Okay.
Yeah.
I know that she went alone and she walked her own path. It just wasn't what, it just was a difficult path. Okay, is what she said. So she just showed me my gravel stones, to tell you the truth. So she's telling me that there was some difficulties there. Okay. She's very proud of you. This is before you got your degree. Does this make sense to you?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so she just wants me to tell you she's proud of your degree.
Yes.
And she knows how smart you were. You would understand that. She always knew how smart you were. And she said that it was very difficult. I know that she didn't make it to an older lady. Does that, in one sense, she's giving me an older lady feeling, but it may be mentally she's feeling younger. So I may have had that. I may be trying to interpret two different ages right now.
Okay.
Does that make sense to you?
Yes, it does.
Okay, because she's giving me two different senses here right now. So she's either telling me she was feeling, I'm not going to try and make a sense of it, as long as you understand. And she shows me a time clock, and she's talking about turning back time. So I know that she wants to turn back time. She wishes she could have turned back time because it was very, she could have done things a lot different, she said. Okay. And she said that it's a stopwatch she shows me, but I don't feel that's in the family. I feel it's just an image for me to work with. Okay. Your father's also in spirit. Would you understand that?
Yes.
Lovely gentleman.
Yes.
He comes in beside her. Okay. So I know that he's standing here also to talk to you. Do you mind your mom is still here unless you have questions. Yes. Do you want to ask your mom any questions? Because I know she's feeling quite sad. And I know she's alone. She was left alone. She was alone. Does that make sense to you?
The only message I would have for my mother, that I know she's happy now. And that's what matters to me.
Yeah.
That she is happy now. And so am I.
Yeah.
How nice.
Well, one step at a time is what I just heard. So I know it's one step at a time for her. But she's happier, but she wants to come back and apologize. And you've heard this apology before, haven't you?
Yes, Mom.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. There was a time where she would have either liked pearls or wore pearls. Do you understand? Doesn't even feel like it's an expensive set of pearls. Do you understand a necklace? Okay. She just wrapped some pearls around me. Okay. So I know that she would want me to mention these pearls. And I feel that she would have at one time liked to dress up or like to try and feel good. And she felt, things were good at one time is what she's trying to say. Okay. And she's just talking about that. Now I know you must write about your mom at one time. Do you understand? Because either I got a journal and I feel like I'm journaling or writing about mom. And she's just commenting about that. Okay. Yes. So it's almost like you're exploring the story of. Okay. So I know that you're exploring her story and you're keeping notes. Would you understand that? Does that make sense? She says that she loves it, but I know it's part of your healing.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So she talks about that. And she wants to stay. You or her wears a nice perfume. And I feel it was her at one time. Do you understand that?
Yes.
She wears a nice perfume. So I know you would, I just feel that there was happy times around this perfume. Okay. So just know that she wore it. You could smell it. You also did at one time take care of your mom. You would understand.
No.
Do you understand that the perfume took me to giving her either a hug or a kiss around the neck. Okay. So it's just, and I felt like it was like a caring place or caring for. Okay. So
Okay.
if I got that incorrect, I'm going to hold it on my little shelf
Yeah,
here.
it's incorrect. I did not care for her.
Okay. Let's put that on my shelf here. I would have interpreted her, but I know that she made me smell this beautiful perfume and life and such like that. I want to hold her here. She's going to stay with me for a few moments and such like that, because I know that she wants to write you. She was a bit of a writer, wasn't she?
Yes.
Because she's writing you a love note. So not that you expected ever a love note, but she just wrote you that I love you. Okay. I just seen a note that says I love you on it. Okay.
Okay.
So just hold, I'm going to hold her here because it's writing, fascinating. She had a complicated mind. She had a very complicated mind. You would understand that.
Yes, I do.
Very complicated, almost like it was very difficult, and not really well diagnosed.
Yes.
She just said it wasn't really well diagnosed, and it was something that caused her much pain. Or it felt like there's this book called Brain on Fire or something similar. It's just her mind wasn't well. She just gave me a sound of, or excuse me, words of Brain on Fire or something similar like that. Okay. But not well diagnosed. But she says she loves you, and she said that she was sorry. So let's go over to your father, because I know your father was very much your concrete person, wasn't he?
Yes.
He stands tall and he's kind of a good looking gentleman. Okay.
Yes.
And I know that he either wore a nice outfit or nice suits or nice, I want to stand up and I just want to be that well-respected gentleman. Okay.
Yes.
I know he feels really, there's a strength to your father. There's just that feeling that he was always a very strong person. You would understand.
Yes.
You always had that security with him, and he was very much a philosopher or a logical person. I know it's logic he's talking to me right now, and he wants to just express. Would you understand that?
Yes.
Okay, because you picked up on his philosophy and logic is what he just said. Okay, so I know that makes sense, but
Yes.
you understand that, doesn't he? Okay,
Yeah.
so you didn't necessarily always agree with him.
Yes.
But you agreed with him, he said.
Yes. Yeah, you're pretty tight.
Yeah, he loves you to death. He just smiles because he's just so proud of you. He says that he's really proud of you taking time for yourself lately. Okay. And he's proud of you for not having to give in to everybody else. Okay.
Okay.
Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay. He likes that you still like the finer things in life, that you're still treating yourself. Okay.
Yes.
He must have liked chocolate or treats.
Yes.
He just gave me some chocolates for you. Okay. And I know that he liked them. So I know that that was really important. It was a caramel kind, I feel, that would have been one of the kinds. And he's showing me how much he adored you. Okay. I know he adored you. He knew that you were going to make something. Does that make sense?
Yes.
He never pushed you, but he encouraged you. Okay.
Yes.
And he just shows me how he helped you with just getting through some difficult times. Okay. You also understand that you must have either done car trips or some kind of car. Do you understand that he either would have helped you with your license or something in a car?
Yes.
Okay. There's something specific he's trying to tell me.
Yes.
And he's just so happy. Okay. So it just makes him happy. But I know that that is special times for him. Okay.
Yes.
And he's very much about ensuring that you had everything you needed. You would understand. Mm-hmm. So it was about getting you through your license, getting you through, it feels like high school and college. Does that make sense to you? Because you didn't get your degree from university right away. It was a college first. Would you understand that?
Yes.
There's something about college, getting you through college. Okay. And if it doesn't make sense, please say no, because he'll fix it for me.
Okay. Not college.
Okay. University.
Yeah.
Okay, my mistake on listening and hearing him. I just know that he's so proud of you. You would understand. Mm-hmm. He did all this while he was working. So you understand that he was he actually worked longer hours. Does that make sense to you? Because he was so dedicated, but he also had other people that reported to him or looked up to him. You would understand, because I'm now in a larger organization, and I know that he would have had some rank and file, like he was going up and up. Like he stayed with the company and he worked his way up. Would you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. But I know that he didn't always get home on time. You said
Yes.
you were very responsible. Okay.
Yeah.
He made sure that people around him were looked after, but I also want to say he looked after people to be safe. The
Okay.
word safe came in. So either he wanted people to be safe, he looked after people, something along those lines. I may have heard that incorrect, but I just feel that he was very cautious about others. Okay.
Yes.
He definitely liked to be outside. You would understand being outside, because
Okay.
I also know that I'm by the ocean. So I know that he would have either liked to be outside or lived by the ocean. Does that make sense?
He did not live by the ocean.
Did he live by water? I'm not going to ask a question. I'm going to ask him just to fix it for
Okay.
me. I know that he wanted to be outside. He was a homebody, but he also wanted to be outside. So he wants to take me outside. He wants to go driving. He wants to go on a trip with you. Okay.
Okay. You know what? Go back to the water. I understand the water now.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's by the water and he's standing there and he's admiring it. Okay.
Yeah.
And so I know that the water would have been important. I know that it was something that was solemn or standing there. He's standing there. Okay. Would
Okay.
you understand that?
Yes. It was
Okay.
the place that was important.
Yeah. It's the place that's important. Yeah. Okay. Thank you for clarifying that. But he's by himself. Would you understand that he stands by himself?
No.
Okay. He's showing me himself by himself. If that's how he felt, but we can put that away and he will fix that for me. But it's still by the water. Okay.
Yeah.
Could be also a feeling. So let's just see how that works out. But he's always needed your support. You
Okay.
are a supporter, he just said. So I know that you would have kept very good track of him. You
Yes.
understand? And he lived to quite a good age, because he's talking about you keeping track of him on his phone. Does that make sense to you? It's either a phone or you kept tabs.
Yes.
You are
Yes.
very much, he says, she just kept tabs on me. Like, it was like, and his tabs is not his word. It's not
Yeah.
like, that's not his word. That's my word. But he's like, you're keeping track of him, and he got a chuckle out of it. Okay. You also did worry about his health. You would understand his health.
Yes.
But you also worried about his nutrition.
Yes.
You must have fed him, you must have given him protein drinks or something of that nature.
Yes.
Because he gave me protein drinks. Okay. So he's saying that he's thankful for you looking after him and trying to keep his energy up. Okay. He says that you were very strong-willed to keep him alive.
Yes.
And it was very difficult. He
Okay.
said that you had to not necessarily fight, but you had to be assertive to get the services. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
You can say no.
Yes. It's just that it's putting it into the time frame, and then it's true at times, and other times it wasn't.
Yeah.
But it was
I
true
just
at the
know
most
that
important time.
he's thanking you for just being there and being his caretaker. Okay.
Okay.
Like, and keeping, and I know that he's showing me the drinks, and he chuckles because, he was still very strong in his mind before he passed.
Yeah.
And he chuckles about it because he wants to argue with me, or argue, he wants to, wants to have.
Yeah. He was funny. Yeah. He would.
Yeah.
Yes.
He wants to
very fun, humorous.
Yes, he was very humorous. He makes me smile because I know that his mind was still good before he passed.
Yes.
And but very sad. You would understand the sadness.
Yes.
And he's really, he just wants you to let you know you did everything you could. You would understand that. You did everything you could. And there wasn't, he talked about before he passed that he did everything he wanted to do. Do you remember that?
Yes.
He specifically said that he was comfortable.
Yes.
He was happy. He was proud. He's a very proud person. He was very proud. And he just talks about, I know he would be laying down at this time. So I know this is while he was sick. Does this make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay. He's talking about just being proud and did what he needed to do. Okay.
Yes.
he feels like he's got quite a few children, or there's a larger family. Do you understand that? I may have this incorrect, but I want to say that he feels like he's part of a bigger family, whether it's his family or, it just feels like there is a connection to a lot of people.
Yes.
What that makes
a big family.
Yeah, he's just talking about there's a big family here. Okay. And he thought of everybody before he passed. You would remember that.
Yes.
Okay. So it just feels like that there's a reminiscing of his family, because I know it was a larger family, and I know he reminisced. He also talks about not being too concerned about passing to the spirit world. Do you understand that he had a stronger feeling because he reminisces in his mind and also talking about family? But I also know that he's not concerned about passing because he's going to meet up with lots of his family has already passed.
Yes.
Okay. So he's just talking about them. And he says, everybody's doing fine. Who's the farmer? Somebody's farming up there.
Somebody's what?
Farming. There's like a farm he just showed me a farm. If that's incorrect, I know there's lots of land. Okay. There's just lots of land. He's with his family and there's lots of land. So I know that they're either space. He likes a space. He wants, so if that's incorrect, just put that one over there. But he did show me. It looked like a farm, to tell you the truth.
Okay. You never know.
He's just talking about taking that step. I know that the building that you're going to go to, he's showing me, looks like it's a fairly white building. I know that you work at home. I get it. But there's going to be a building that's going to come upon you. That's going to be a very light colored building with white interior. Okay. Whiteness to the interior. He says that's going to be important to you. So he says, watch for it. He said, it's going to help you. He shows it to me. He's walking with you up the stairs. It's not like it's a stairs, but it's like he's walking with you into this building. Okay. So he's very proud of you. Now, you must have at one time held his arm. Do you understand holding his arm?
Yes.
He's walking to support you holding your arm, but you've held his arm, he just said.
Okay.
So in other words, and I know I've never had an arm holding. That's an unusual one, but I know that he's talking about supporting you as you go into this building because you're going to be making some changes.
Okay.
It's more about your work. It's all about your work.
Yeah. No.
You've kept some items of your father's, haven't you?
Yes.
I know. You have a box of odds and ends.
Yes.
And there's books in there that he used to read, but they're older. And I know that you've got papers and some of his items. Do you understand that there's I feel like it's a yellow cover book. It's if it's not yellow, it's faded. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And I just feel that you've got the odds and ends box of his life.
Yes.
And he's thankful that you have it because you're the guardian angel. You would understand.
Yes.
And he said that you're keeping, but it's almost like you're keeping a little bit too much, he's saying. And I'm going to tell you why. He's given me an opinion that you're keeping almost too many of his personal items. Would you understand that?
Yes.
It's almost like you have hair clippings and teeth and different things like that.
No.
Okay, good.
I'm not going that far.
Good. But it just felt like you had really personal items. I want to say something in there feels like it might have, looks like it's soft. Okay. Soft like a hair or soft something. Okay. I'm going to take that and put it on my shelf. I see it incorrect. But he says, you don't need to keep everything. Okay. But you're keeping a lot. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay. His books and writings are really important to you. Do you understand that he would have done some writing too? Say no.
No.
Say no. Okay.
No.
Because he's fixing this to me. You understand that he had his own books though. There's a book that's got his writing on the inside of it. There's a book that, okay.
Yes.
Writings.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he had to make
it's his writing and it's a book, but it's not like a reading book.
So you see how he had to make me blend it there.
Yeah.
He was giving me a bunch of pictures and I'm like, okay, we're playing charades from the spirit world.
It's a ledger.
Yeah. Okay. That's what he's trying to show me. Okay.
Okay.
And I know that it's important. I know that he's laughing about it. Do you understand it has no value
Yes.
right now? Okay. So
Mhm.
he's just chuckling about it. But he loves that you've kept everything. You've kept him alive. You would understand. I know that you're having his birthday. Do you understand? You recognize his birthday.
I do.
You do. I know he said that. But I also know that it's like you are having a birthday cake or a cake. No, it's not a cake. There's something that you're doing. Cupcake. I'm not sure what it is.
Oh my God. Yes,
Yes.
cupcake.
Okay. Yes. So he says he's so happy. He's going like this. He's so happy you're doing this. But I know that one time there would have been a cherry on top rather than a candle. There was there's something that went red on top. Okay. But just know that I just seen it quickly. So I feel it. But I know that he's really proud of you for keeping his birthdays alive. Okay. He's really proud that you're there for him all the time. You understand that you have been a good, you don't have any siblings, do you?
I do.
You do. Do you
We're
understand?
estranged.
What's that?
But we're estranged.
Okay. Do you understand that you handled the estate?
Yes.
He says, thank you.
Okay.
Okay. He just said, thank you for that. But it made me feel that you did everything by yourself. Okay. So that's where I felt you were the only child, but he just said, thank you for handling that because you did a fabulous job. You understand. He said that there was people that you have not particularly comfortable with or happy with,
Yes.
but you got through it. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
And he
It
says,
does.
good job. He said, good job. He's really proud of you for doing that. And he said that it's not always been easy for you since he's passed. Okay. So I know that you want to pick up the phone, you want to call him, but he said he's there. There was a time you still have his phone number memorized in your head.
Yes.
You do. I know you do.
Yeah.
And he just said that. So he says, you still have the number. And he said, you'll always have that number. It's always there for you. You're always going to be able to call me. Okay. And I know that it's, you have been wanting to do some pictures. Do you understand you wanting to do some pictures or get some pictures done?
Yes.
Okay. He says, good job. You should do it.
Okay.
He says, you're procrastinating. Sorry, that's not me. But do you understand that you want to do something with these pictures, his pictures, and you've been wanting to, but it's sort of like been on hold and you're not sure what to do?
Yes.
Okay. He's talking about pictures and he's in them. You would understand.
Okay.
Or you're in them, but it feels like he's in them too. He just says that you got to just quit procrastinating. He likes them. Okay. You must be also a painter.
Yes.
Okay. Because some of these are about your paintings.
Oh.
Okay. You understand that you're quite a vibrant painter.
Yes.
Yeah, you have colors and you think of it's vibrant, it's beautiful. It's is it abstract or is it things work together? Something's working together. Okay. I may be getting that incorrect, but I want to just say it all works together. Okay.
Okay.
And he loves it. He loves it. Okay. He thinks just keep going with it.
Okay.
Does that make you don't know?
Yes. Oh no, it's all making that. I know exactly what that is.
Okay. Okay. As long as you know it's good. That's 100%.
Yeah.
He's just really proud of it. Okay. And he wants you to keep going. Now he does want you to continue to believe in the spirit world and continue to, he says, just keep talking to me in your head and I'm there for you. Okay. I know that you give him a heck once in a while, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
that
he said
yesterday.
that. Yeah, he said you're still giving him heck in his head. He's in your head. So you're still talking to him, but in a loving manner, and he absolutely loves it. Okay. Now, he just wants you to keep talking and keep that, he says he loves your freedom now. He loves that you're just doing what you want. He wants you to keep going. Okay. You have a lot of life, he just said, to go. Okay. Don't worry. Take your time and do it how it's like, I want to do it my way, not where somebody else is telling me to do this.
Yeah.
Okay. So he wants you to do it your way. And that's what he would encourage you to do if he was alive.
Okay.
Okay. But he said he's going to stay with you and watch over you. Okay. He would have liked to been in the kitchen or tease you. Does that make sense?
Well, he's a tease.
Okay.
Kitchen.
you're in the kitchen or he's in the kitchen and teasing. So I know that there's a bit of a teasing going on.
The
Okay.
thought that either one of us would be in the kitchen is,
It's a little bit out there.
yeah.
Okay. But I know that he's teasing you. Okay. So I know that he's he's keeping that funny side up. Okay. And he really wants you to do. Now there's a bench that you sit on. Do you understand a bench?
Yes.
He's with you on the bench.
Pardon me?
He's with you on this bench.
Okay.
Okay. So he's with you and he just wants you to know that. So he gives me a bench for you.
Yes.
And he loves you so much. He really, really, really does. He wants you to keep going.
Yeah.
He said, you're the best daughter.
Oh, I know he likes me best.
But you were a rock to him. Do you understand that you were very much a solid rock? So
Thank you. Thank you.
He said he just gave me a rock for you. So you got a rock. You didn't get flowers, you got a rock.
No, there's rocks. There's a meaning to that.
Okay. He just gave you a rock. Okay, good. It's almost like a soft round rock or something. Okay. So he just gave you a rock. Okay. And he says he absolutely loves you. He says you're going to come back and visit. So keep visiting him, keep talking to him. He's here. He said your mom and him are fine. Just let you know that your mom, they're standing together. Okay. So just know that they're fine. Okay. They're with you.
Okay.
He's still laughing. And I know that he's quite pleasant.
Yes.
And he, still seems to be either watching the money or taking care of money. I know that he's just doing his thing and just being careful, he said.
Yeah.
Okay. He sends lots of love to you. He's got a big open heart for you. So I know that there's like this big pouring of love for you.
Okay.
I'm going to let them go. Do you want to say anything to your dad?
I love you. I love you, Dad.
He definitely heard that.
Thank you is what I want to say to him.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us. And thank you for the blessings that you've bestowed upon us. And we send blessings back to the spirit world. And thank you. Amen. Okay. There we go. Are you okay?
Yes, I am. I'm like, I'm blown away. Let's just put it that way.
Are you okay? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for making it. Thank you for doing this for me.
Oh, yes. No, thank you.
Because it's more real than you know.
Yeah, I don't know. Like these things that they're telling me about rocks and benches and this, I don't, paintings, I have no idea. The book with the writing on the inside, I don't know that. I do.
And it's all like, like it couldn't apply to anybody else. So
they love you. They really, really, really love you. And where you are right now is they're so proud of you. They're so proud of you. You've done so well, especially where you've come from and what you've done. You've done really well.
Doing my best.
It's okay. Tears from heaven. Think about his tears from heaven.
Oh, they're tears of joy.
Yes, exactly.
I'm very joyful.
Yes.
And I'm very connected to both my parents.
Yeah.
In their spirit.
And
yes. So, but this has been a particularly special opportunity. Yeah.
Okay. That's lovely.
Yeah.
So let's hope the second half of the recording continues.
God, I hope so.
I hope so too. I just thought of that. Recording. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Stop recording. Okay.